So continue. So thank you so much, everyone. Welcome. I'm pleased to meet you. I know Cora's already said welcome, but I'm thrilled to be here to talk a little bit about my exploration and my journey with angels so far. So what can we say? I mean, first of all, I'd like to consider what is angelic energy. I mean, who do we think angels are? There's lots of books in Watkins. Of course, I'm sitting surrounded by angel books. And I'm wary of people. I think angels are almost ineffable. The words to find them are very difficult. So I'm wary of kind of just thinking, I know what an angel is. The book that I found that resonated the most with me was William Bloom, this little tiny pamphlet, which if you can get your hand on it, is incredible. It's called Davis, Fairies and Angels, A Modern Approach. It's very old now. You might find it somewhere in a secondhand bookshop. I paid 50p for this copy. And basically what he says, and it's hard for me because I'm not a physicist. He's saying that there's two realms. Well, there's maybe more than two realms, but one realm is the atomic, which is human, and it's where we are materialized and we're on Earth. So, and that runs animal, mineral, vegetable, animal, human. And then he says that in every society, and I actually did a reading once where I heard this, where they were speaking about the shining ones, that in every society there's another recognition of a realm that isn't materialized, which is the Davic realm. And that's running in the hierarchy of the Davic realm. It's running from elves and leprechauns, gnomes, through to angels and archangels. And that it's not, people are not angels, it's a distinct place, a distinct realm of and that the difference is the capacity to be material. And I think that's very important. So he reckons, and forgive me, I know I'm very, it's hard for me to talk about physicist stuff, but he reckons that when you put something under a microscope, that nothing is solid, and we know this. We talk about it when we're at university up in the night. Is this solid table? And there's masters who can put their hand through matter. So the X factor that makes us human is that we are able to make things material. And for me, the fact that we can make things material is an absolute miracle. And I found about how we did it through the chakras, where we can connect with the divine, and that we're human beings having a spiritual experience. I mean, everybody here has probably heard that. Make him manifest the divine. Has anyone not heard that famous quote? We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Make him manifest the divine. Is that familiar to everyone? No? What happens, the way we're doing it is, does everybody know about chakras, about the energy systems of chakras? That we have these swirling energy masses on our body. So very quickly, and I know I'm just taking us off of angels for a bit, but the reason I'm taking us off of angels is that we can understand why they would want to connect to us. And my understanding is they would like to connect to us because we make manifest the divine through our bodies, and so that we can have an idea where you walk along, you'd have an inspiration for something. So maybe the inspiration to write a book, and then the idea comes, it travels, it comes into that's the crown chakra, the affirmation for the crown chakra. I have the right to be inspired. Then the idea travels into the brow. I have the right to see and understand the truth. So you have to think about your idea. Then you have the capacity to think and speak and listen. It comes into the throat. I have the right to hear and understand the truth. So this spark that has come from source that we're making into the material is traveling through us. Then it comes to the heart. We have to have passion for it. So there's a glass ceiling through the heart in a way. If we don't have the passion for something, it's not going to be done. Particularly, Judy, you know this, if you're writing a book. I saw your book. I have your book on my shelf. But you have to have the passion for it, because otherwise it's not going to be anything there. So then the idea pushes through. That's I have the right to give and to receive love. That's the idea from the heart. Pushes through to the solar plexus. I have the right to act. If you don't start writing the book, it doesn't come into anything. So we're so powerful as humans in terms of our thoughts that everything above the heart chakra, we're starting to create it through our words and our thought to make it manifest. It's an idea. So everything, if you look around your room, everything in your room is an idea that has had to be made material. So, and it's lodged in a certain time and space. So then it follows through to the solar plexus. I have the right to act. You need to have the confidence to write the book. Then it comes into the sacral. I have the right to give and to receive pleasure. You need to, and it's held in the strong bowl of the pelvis because it's about emotion. So it's the dedication and the creativity. And then it's born. I have the right to be here. You have your book. It's sold. You get your royalties, please God. People love your book. You get your Amazon reviews, please God. And the book's in your hand. So humans have that capacity to make things material, and we are material on earth. My understanding from what he's saying is that angels are not, they are almost like a cousin to us, but they are not solid and material in the, and I know we see them, but they're not solid and material in the way that we are. So, and that their role is to be messengers. Angel actually means messenger, and the role of an angel is, because we're lodged in our human body, the human body is not strong enough to look at the light of God or the divine, however you like to describe God in your terms, because it's too bright for us. It would fry us. We can't look. So angels are awe-inspiring. They have enough strength to look at God, and then they can come to us. So that's their role, to bridge the divide. And so I think that we, because we are so made up of the atomic matter is also very spiritual, that we want angels because of the feeling of being held and feeling loved that we have, and that we know when we see a rainbow that it's not there, but it gives us that leap to the numinous. So there's the rainbow, but we can't catch it if you put your hand through it. So that's, I think that angelic energy is the Davic energy that is on another vibration to us, and that we're trying to reach it through tuning in. And we, like a radio frequency. And when you think about how people went off into France, you know, during the war, and they were tuning in, and the whole thing of how it works. So that with the angels, we tune in, and there's certain portals and certain points that it's easier. So I found it, I can give you 2 examples. I find it to be easy, and you probably would be able to verify this through your own experience of angels. When there's a crisis, if you're ill or you're approaching heaven, when you're in deep grief or you need help, and also when there's music, they like joy, and they like love and light and laughter. So if I quite often with clients, if we're clearing negative energy using the technique of Ho'oponopono, with the words, I'm sorry, I forgive you, I love you, thank you, they're very high vibration, and angels come. And I've actually seen an angel, and my client did too, doing that exercise, although I didn't record it. So my the most powerful experience I had with seeing the angelic realm was when I had a numinous experience when I was 20 or 21, and I was at university. And I'm sorry, it's slightly grim. We were on a coach. All of us, I got onto the coach. I was the first one. I chose my seat, and the coach went, we were Fell Walking and Rambling Club. We went off into the North York Moors, and unfortunately it slipped on agricultural mud and it went onto its roof. And I woke up, I was thrown out of the coach, and I saw angels over the coach, and I saw the hands of God, really. I saw gold and light, and I could just feel like the divine bliss of this, and I couldn't understand why everyone was running around trying to get the coach upright. But unfortunately there were people who were trapped under the coach, including the person sitting behind me, and we did lose 4 people in that accident. And the impact, I didn't also understand, which was very sad. I didn't understand either the impact of having a numinous experience, because of course I didn't have any counselling, but the whole thing about looking at God and looking at the divine, it does impact. It can make you almost go crazy. If you're interested in exploring that, the book to get your hands on is Balancing Heaven and Earth by Robert Johnson. It's a very interesting book. He had a numinous experience and he speaks about that. So that was a more somber experience of seeing them. The next experience I had was funny because Kindred Spirit asked me to write an article, and I was when I first trained as a healer, I thought, oh, well, here I am, I can do this, I can do that. I was very arrogant, actually. I was a strong, powerful healer, but I was really very adolescent. And so I went into Tavistock Square and I demanded, I was like, well, come on, angels, I've got to write an article about you, show yourselves. And suddenly from the tree above, there was white flickering coming down. I was thinking, oh, that's great, angel feathers. But it wasn't, it was a squirrel, and it had the husk of its peanuts, and it was throwing them down in front of me, just at that place where I was making that demand. And that made me laugh very much in terms of experiencing angels, because then I heard them say, we are not yours to command. And I found that so where we're talking about angels, we're talking about our relationship with them. When can we speak with them, and how can they help us? What do we expect from them? And I was really shocked because I found out the Enochian magicians were trying to harness angels to do their will. They were trying to learn the language of angels, and the whole idea was that they could say, angel, you're powerful, go and do this for me, go and do that. So what I learned in terms of the connection, there's a story that if you're interested on the internet, you could look at. It's called Tobias and the Angel. And that is a story of, it was found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. So this whole conception of angels has been around for a long time. This story is written in the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's quite detailed, and it tells the story of a man whose father was sleeping in the graveyard, and a sparrow came and, sorry about this, it shat in his eye and made him blind, and it impacted on the family fortunes. So Tobias had to go to try and rectify the family fortunes, and the angel Raphael, and it's specific as that, the archangel Raphael and a dog accompanied him to the next village across the mountains, and it had all the biblical names, which of course I can't remember, but away they went. And the Raphael had the role of walking with him and helping him, but he couldn't do it for him. So the song, don't walk in front of me, I may not follow, don't walk behind me, I may not lead, just walk beside me and be my friend, almost embodies how we angels can be with us, that they can walk alongside us, but they're not really here. They're here to help us on Earth's school. They're not here to stop our growth, because like Archangel Raphael could have sorted everything out. Tobias didn't need to go. They could have just gone and got the money, brought it back. But then Tobias wouldn't have had the growth. And so I feel that to sum it up, the angels are in part of another realm, which is the Davic realm, the shining ones, which every society recognizes, that they want to connect to us because we are able to make things material. They know that we are in Earth School, and they want to help us in relation to accessing the divine and managing our time here in an altruistic way. A lot of people are asking me, is it okay to ask angels for things? How do I know that I connect? My top tips for that is that, of course, it's okay, because we're beloved to angels. So if someone's beloved to us, we will want to do we want to help them in any way that we can, because we love them. So we're beloved, and it's not that we can't ask. And then we can ask for parking space if that's what we need at the time. They come when there's music as well. They really like music. And when musicians come in, I know into Watkins for reading, and they want an angel reading, I know they're musicians, because those poor souls, they pay 40 quid and they sit there and I can't give them a reading. We just start laughing. The angels come and we just laugh. And they go out, they kind of feel a bit better, and they kind of get a scrappy angel reading, but it becomes incoherent because it's the vibration of the music that allows the connection. So we know that. What else do we know? I also feel that it's important to make sure that we cleanse as much as we can, so that fear will stop us from being able to connect. And I just also at this point to be cautionary, because you don't have to connect to spirit or to angels. And where people say that a channel is where you're completely consumed, you allow your body to be taken over by spirit. Pagans call this being a horse. And they will do that in highly controlled circumstances where they're looked after. The priests apparently in Egypt could see people who'd passed over, but normal people can't because it's terrifying. I personally was terrified to look at my angel. I didn't want to do it. It took me till I was 46. The Kabbalists are saying until you're 40, you shouldn't be doing anything, you know, in terms of spirit, because you need to make sure that your body is strong enough, that you're strong, you're self-actualized enough to be able to hold the spirit. So I've only actually given my body over twice, and I did it conscious with permission to my angel. Once I said to her, I was invited to give a talk. I didn't know I was going to give a talk. I was invited along to a talk, and when I got there, I had to give it, and I hadn't had any preparation, and so I was terrified. So I said to my angel, "You do it for me." And so I gave the talk, and I could not remember, but my mobile phone was in my pocket, and it was an iPhone. And when I got it home, it started hopping around the table because the energy impacted on it, and we couldn't stop it. We were all just amazed. I'd never seen it before or since. It was just on the table, and it literally hopped. Okay, so these are big energies to manage. The other time that I invited her, I was training to be a Bio-Aura energy student, and I couldn't do it. There's a technique that was very tricky. I couldn't do it. So I said to her, "Please, will you do it for me?" And the other person said, "Okay, what's happened here is so big, you know, it's so large." So we're just going to start the meditation now, but before we do that, if you feel nervous about doing the meditation where you might meet your angel and you don't want to, just do something else. Don't do the meditation, because you don't have to. How you connect, and there's no impetus that you have to. Okay, I'm not going to invite the angel, you to channel the angel. I'm going to invite you to get a glimpse. You may or may not. Don't be dispirited. It's a start. Whatever you get is a blessing. And even if you don't, when you dream tonight, you may get it. So please don't have any fear or expectation or worry around this. We'll go into the meditation and we'll see what we can see. And then this meditation is not to be used when you're driving, as it's being recorded. You need to be sitting with your feet on the floor. So I'm going to ask, normally when I give this meditation on a one-to-one basis, it goes at the pace of the person, and Cora is going to pace it for me. So are we ready to begin, Cora? And please would you unmute yourself? Thank you. And in this meditation, I'm also going to see if you can get a gift from spirit to help you. Okay, so close your eyes and imagine that you're dipped in liquid gold. Nothing can come in and nothing can go out. See a tube, or imagine a tube from your head, far, far through the universe to the star of Chiron, the wounded healer. It's a very powerful star. Very gently, at a rate that's acceptable to you and will not hurt you, draw down the light of Chiron and place it in your heart. And when you've done that, indicate so that I know. Good. Still seeing yourself dipped in liquid gold. Nothing can come in and nothing can go out. Imagine a tube from your foot to the center of the earth. At a rate that's acceptable to you and will not hurt you, gently draw up the energy, the red energy of the mother, and place it in your heart. And when you've done that, let me know. Now merge the two energies into a beautiful, vibrant pink. Feel them saturate every cell of your body, from the top of your head to the tip of your toe. Almost as if you were a sponge that was left in the bath and someone forgot to turn off the tap. Goes into your past life, goes into your golden shadow, goes into your unseen shadow. You feel heavy and saturated. You feel like a sponge at the bottom of the bath and someone forgot to turn off the tap. It goes into your bones, it goes into your DNA. And when you felt that, let me know. Ask this energy to take any trauma, any trial, anything anyone's thrown at you that doesn't belong to you, and see it change colour. I do not know which color it will be. Or maybe it's something you picked up out of kindness if you're a healer or if you're an empath. I do not know which color it will be. Maybe it will be green or gray or black. It changes color. And when it's changed color, let me know. Good. You do not need to hold this any longer. When you are ready, very gently allow it all to drain out through your feet into the earth who receives it for you. Let the whole thing drop. Just let it all go. Just let it fade, let it go. Just let it all go. When you've done that, let me know. Good. Still seeing yourself dipped in liquid gold. Nothing can come in and nothing can go out. Once more, send a tube from your head, but this time to our star, the sun. Draw down the light of the sun, place it in your heart, feel it illuminate you and lift you up. And know that you're a miracle, that you have every right to be here, every right to shine, and that the energy of the sun is always available to you. You have the sun in your blood as iron. You're part of it. Feel the energy, feel the lift. And when you felt that lift, let me know. You can imagine it if it doesn't come instantly. Just imagine a light switching. Okay. Now once more, send a tube from your foot to the center of the earth. Bring up the red energy of the mother as far as the solar plexus. The earth is your mother. She's your friend. She wants you to be happy. The happier you are, the more you will give to her as you walk on her surface for all the days of your life. Bring in your gifts as a miracle with your heart that doesn't stop beating even when you're asleep. Feel the energy of the mother and know that you're loved and know that you're blessed. Know that her arms are around you. And when you felt that energy, let me know. Good. Good. Now imagine yourself to be in a sacred chamber. It's a very safe place. The walls are softly lit and the stone underneath your feet. In the corner, there's an altar. Ask your guides if they would be kind enough to give you a present, to indicate something that would help you, your life's work, or something that will help you now. Sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. But if you commit it to memory, if you can't pick it up, if it's a symbol, or if it's something that you can pick it up and put it in your pocket and thank them from your heart. And when you've done that, let me know. Or if you're ready to move on. Good. Now, ask your guides if they would be willing to give you a glimpse or a sense of themselves in a way that isn't frightening, that you can manage. And say once again, maybe they will, maybe they won't. Whatever happens, it's the right level, it's okay. Have the glimpse of your angel. See if you can hear their name or see them. Good. So when that's happened, say thank you from your heart because it's a sacred honor. And you could ask them to tell you how best to communicate with you because it depends on your senses. Some people can communicate best through dreams or through music. Ask them if they will give you a clue. But the most important thing is to express your deepest and most humble gratitude for their place and for the communication with them. And when you've done that, let me know. Good. Now turning around, having said thank you and bowed maybe, turning around, you can see a large circle. It's your circle. Stand in the center of the circle and imagine yourself as a bright star and invite people who are living, not people who have passed, who may be in your life, to stand on the edge of the circle and watch them pulsate, see them as stars, and send your flicker to them and them to you, and feel it going backwards and forwards as an interplay of light. And then when you're ready, very gently, ask everybody who you've invited to leave and draw your light in underneath your skin so that you stand as a human again, standing in your human skin. When you've done that, let me know. Good. Now imagine that you've made your beautiful golden statue or handsome golden statue, and observe yourself as an angel would see you looking from above, and realize how infinitely dear you are to angels and how they wish to help you, and how nothing that we ask is too much, and how clever you are, how miraculous there's one of you. Observe your courage. Observe how you make a difference in your life to others. Observe your repair, how you repair yourself, how you repair the world, how you take your joy, how you dance. And understand that you're worth your weight in gold. Understand your value. And when you've done that, let me know. Good. Almost as if you're a butterfly coming out of a cocoon or a snake shedding its skin, allow your soul or your astral body to come out of the statue. And you could make a declaration if you wish. You could say, I want to talk with you more, angels, or you, dear earth, I will do what I can for you, whatever you wish. Or I want to have more joy, for some hope or desire that you have. Make your declaration. And then when you're ready, open your eyes and come back into the room. And as you come back, you might want to just shake off a bit brush off because you might have released some toxins. Clap, send it into the air, stamp your feet, closing off your crown, drawing up red energy and making sure that you feel grounded. If you need something sweet to eat or drink, or even to walk around a little bit, make sure you're back. And then I'll hand you over to Cora because we're going to move into breakout rooms to discuss this, I believe.
And